Okay, Marine Corps Principle 2 is take a stand. Describe that philosophy for us. What's it all about?
There are some people who think of that as meaning to be decisive, and it is true that decisiveness is a Marine Corps leadership trait. Marine Corps leaders are supposed to be decisive and not waffle about things, but there is a second dimension to taking a stand. I referred to it earlier as speaking truth to power. It's not always speaking truth to power. It's this willingness to stand up and have your opinion be heard and be counted. Now, I say to clients all the time, you pay me for our trusted advice. I can't make you take that advice, but you can't make me give you advice that's not what I believe in. Small example, I told you the example of Swift. We had the New York Stock Exchange as a client. They asked us to advise them on the acquisition of a European company. We couldn't come to financial terms. They just wanted too much money for the company. I thought it was a terrific fit strategically for the New York Stock Exchange. We just couldn't agree on price. The New York Stock Exchange had a fallback position, which was, well, if we can't buy the entire company, perhaps we should just buy 20% of it. And they had a direct conversation with the people on the other side who were also interested in potentially selling them 20% of the company. I looked at that scenario, we had a number of conversations about it, and came to the conclusion that it made no strategic sense for them to buy 20%. It made total strategic sense for them to buy the entire company. These are elements of the company that competed with each other. They were also highly complementary in terms of US and European presence. There were tremendous opportunities to reduce costs. There were opportunities for them to stop being in price competition with each other. Quite frankly, the European company was run a little bit too loosely for my taste, a little bit too entrepreneurial. They had a whole bunch of scattershot projects that were going on, and I thought that the New York Stock Exchange could impose some discipline. But if they were to buy 20%, they wouldn't get the cost savings. They would continue to compete. The company would continue to be run by the same people in the same way, just as loosely. I thought it made no sense. I took a stand. I advised the CEO of my opinion. He listened, he talked to his people, and he respectfully disagreed. And he said, okay, I heard you, Ken. We've decided we want to buy it anyway. It wasn't illegal, immoral, or unethical. And so I saluted, and I said, okay, and I helped him get the best possible deal with the most protections that we could. You need to take a stand. That doesn't mean that you need to poke your client in the eye with a sharp stick, and it also doesn't mean that you have to insist that they do what you advise.